Hi everyone, my name is Sima. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Queer Eye update, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically just a series where I talk about different self-improvement things I'm doing for myself through the lens of the different Queer Eye guys. And if you want to learn more, there's going to be a playlist popping up somewhere on your screen with all my other videos in this series. So today's August 2nd. My last update was on July 6th, so it's not quite been a month, but it's close enough that I felt okay doing this one. July was actually mostly a good month. Like, it was like my mood was a lot better than it was last month. So let's just talk about it. Let's just jump right in, starting with Bobby. So this is like housekeeping, my environment, stuff like that. Overall, the housekeeping has stayed good. I've still been doing my tasks in TV as best I can and like sticking to like my vacuuming and Swiffering and dishwashing routine and laundry and all that. I actually do have some updates just in terms of like stuff I got. I went to IKEA because I needed some new clothing racks because some of the ones I had before like buckled and had to be like replaced. And so when I went to replace them, I also ended up getting a small dinner table and also a coffee table and a couple of shelves. I already mentioned that I got the shelves last month, but I hadn't actually put them up. But I called my dad over and he came over and helped me put them up. And I also like assembled with the help of my friend Julia the table and the coffee table and stuff like that. So there's been quite a lot of change in my surroundings, but like much for the better. Like I feel very good knowing that like now if I have people over, we don't have to just sit on the couch to eat food. Like I have like a table and chairs, and especially with Luna around, it's kind of nice to have like a higher level place to like have dinner, so that because she can get on the couch, right, and she can bother you, but if you're sitting at a dinner table, she can't really. So I feel good about that. It's like very adult. I feel very good about it. And I also like, while I was there, also got a couple storagey things so that I can kind of organize some stuff better in my room. And because I have this box that's like crammed full of stuff that I would like to like separate it out and like put those things in different spots instead of having all crammed in a box where I can't really like go through it and like grab the things I need. So just grabbing storagey stuff soon that I haven't actually organized yet, but I'm really looking forward to separating stuff out. My goals last month, I like mentioned, were putting up a shelves, which I did. I also was going to put together a filing cabinet thing that I got that I actually also did put together. I finally managed to like disassemble it and then reassemble it actually properly this time, which helps me like reorganize a lot of my makeup and like storage space a lot better. There's a couple of things I still want to organize and go through. I need to like reorganize this desk and some stuff in my room, but those drawers I wanted to do, I'm all done with. And I noticed last month I wanted to empty some of the boxes that I have by the door and then put some of it in storage and put some of it like where it needs to go. I still haven't done that yet, but that is definitely something I still want to do. It's kind of it on the Bobby front. I think we can just move on to Antoni, which is like food and drinking and hydration and stuff like that. I'm still following the kind of routine I set for myself, which is like mostly eating healthy, like 80-20 kind of thing. I'm trying to keep the balance. I finally ordered in once just for myself, and that was just like a day where I literally had no other food options and I didn't have time to make food before like work or go get groceries. And I think I managed to pick something that was like fairly healthy and like balance it out really well. And so I was like really happy with that because I consider the fact that I did that and it was fine. I didn't like backslide into like ordering out a bunch, like a huge success. Otherwise, I've been kind of sticking to my whole like eating unhealthy kind of like as a social recreational thing, but then otherwise kind of eating pretty nicely and just being like patient with myself. And it's been working so far. Like the results kind of speak for themselves, where I feel like I don't feel like I'm depriving myself of anything, but I also don't feel like I'm indulging insanely like every single day, which is like not a healthy way to live either. I know I said last month I wanted to try out a new recipe because I've kind of been falling into the same routines, and I actually did. I ended up getting some veal and doing this like veal lemon thing that was like with mushrooms and rice, and it was just so good. And it was just like it was really easy, it was really quick. It was just like some recipe I found like with a quick Google search that like turned out really nice. So it was really fun. And yeah, it was like it was a really good recipe. I kind of want to add it to my like, rotation, although veal is pretty expensive, so I don't think it's gonna be like as regular to my rotation as like the stuff I usually have, which is like salmon or like chicken breast or whatever. But it was like really good. Like I really enjoyed it. It was really fun, and I'm glad I like tried something new and kind of like diversified what I was eating. Like I said last month, we're still getting those veggie boxes now with my roommates. This month I had patty pans, which I've never had before, which I really liked. I also continue to have some garlic scapes, which is really good, and I got some beans and stuff too. So it's been like a really good haul this month. I had some beets, some lettuce. I am really just enjoying the veggie boxes because it's like a good balance of just like regular stuff that I think I'll always go through, and also just like trying new things. And I really like it. It's kind of cool to just like get stuff from your community that's like grown, and I don't know, it's nice. I'm really enjoying the veggie boxes. They kind of push me out of my comfort zone. I'd never had patty pans before, and I really like them. They're so cute. They're so little. They're like little guys, and they're really good. Also, I'm so sorry if I like appear tired in this video. I am like genuinely really tired. I want to like film this video and then go straight to bed because actually I'm working normal hours, or not normal, but like normaler than I usually do. Like I'm actually working during the day this week, so I kind of need to get some rest, and it's getting really late, so I'm really tired. I think I still want to like continue to like try to like add some new recipes to my rotation. I know I picked out a recipe on Center, which is this app that I'll talk about later, but I picked out a recipe on there and I sent it to my friend Becca, and we kind of want to try to like make one of the same recipe. Like she makes it at her house, I make it at my house. We kind of talk about it and like make it together, and like it's gonna be kind of like a fun socialization activity while we also both get to try a new recipe. So I'm probably going to do that this month, hopefully. I just have to find a day that works with her and make sure I have all the like groceries that I need to do it, but I'm very excited for that. And on the hydration front, like literally nothing has changed. I still need to find a way to hydrate more, and I'm probably dehydrated, so we're just gonna move right off from that. Let's talk about tan next. So that's like clothes. I don't really have a whole lot of updates there. I haven't really gotten a whole lot this month. I got some new jeans because I've like the jeans I've been wearing for a while are like kind of too loose on me and they're starting to wear through. So I got a pair of jeans and a pair of shorts because again, like all of my like bottoms have kind of like become really loose and they kind of like slide down even with the belts. But otherwise, nothing really new. Again, it's been a lot of going through stuff that I thought didn't fit me anymore that now fits me again, and kind of like rediscovering it and putting together outfits, which has been really nice. But I'm trying really hard to not buy new clothes because I know one, my size is gonna hopefully continue to keep changing, so there's not really any point in getting too many new clothes besides the essentials or things I absolutely need to. And I've mostly just been trying to like reuse or like rediscover old favorites, which is kind of what I've been trying to do. And I also think I need to do like a good like declutter. Like I feel like I have a lot of clothes. Like I just have, one, I have a lot of clothes period, but I have a lot of clothes that I've accumulated from like when I was in high school that I still have that I like really don't wear anymore, that I need to like either like donate or like just repurpose in some way. Like I know I have a lot of old t-shirts that I'm probably never gonna wear again, but I don't want to throw out, and I feel like they're too worn to donate. So I kind of want to turn a lot of those into a quilt, which is something I've been wanting to do for like a lot, like several years now, but having someone else do it for me seemed like it would cost a lot of money. So I kind of feel like I should just investigate how to like do it myself and then like practice sewing a bit until I feel like more confident, and then maybe just like do that myself. But this is like a long-term thing. It's not something I'm gonna do this month for next month or anything, but it's just kind of like thinking out loud of like what I want to do with some of my clothes. I definitely feel like that would be a great way to like declutter, because like my mom says, I have way too many fucking shirts and I don't wear most of my t-shirts. Like I'm one person, I probably have like 50 t-shirts. Like I don't need that many. So I would like to, as a long-term project, maybe declutter some of those and do something with them. Moving on to Jonathan Van Ness. So it's like grooming and hygiene and hair and makeup and all that. I don't know if you guys can tell because they have started to grow back in a little bit, but I still think they look really good. But I got my brows done and I really just genuinely feel like such a new woman. I was so happy that I was able to get an appointment with my brow lady, and she was like as swift and competent as she always is, and she almost like made them a little too thin, but I don't know if they actually were too thin or I just was like not used to what my brows look like when they were done, so it was kind of jarring. But it was like really nice to get them done, and now I just feel very happy. Every time I look in the mirror, I'm just like, those are some sharp ass brows, even though they're kind of starting to grow back a bit. So, but now I know she's open and I can hopefully keep going to see her like regularly instead of it being like a year and a half between when I saw her and when I next see her. Anyway, so that's the hugest update I have. Like that's the biggest one. Hair's been really good. I feel like it has been cooperating with me quite a bit. It's still like I'm still working on the frizz thing. I don't know if I'm ever gonna solve the frizz thing, but we're still trying to manage the frizz. I went to the dentist like I want to say a week ago, and so that was good. I had a little more bleeding than apparently I did last time, but she also was like, you know, it's not as bad as it used to be, so it's like shaky on that front. But I've been really good on brushing my teeth lately. Like I've been on like a 2-week streak, I think, that I haven't broken it yet. Fingers crossed I continue to not break it, but it's been like ups and downs, but like so far we're on an up. It's been really good the past like 2 weeks or so of this month, or of the past month. So I'm hoping I can stick to it. We'll see how it goes, but like right now I'm in a good place, I think. I know I said last month I wanted to do the colorista spray. I still haven't done that. I actually genuinely forgot to do it. I think I was just really busy with other stuff, but I do really want to do that colorista spray, so that is something that it's still on the cards. Oh, and I've been having lots of fun with makeup. Like again, I've been pulling out some like wild colors that I haven't really used lately, like blues and greens, and that's been really fun. I want to keep it up, and also just maybe do some more pink looks, because it's like summery, right? So I kind of want to, I always default to like vampy looks even in the summer, but I kind of want to do some not colorful but also not vampy looks for the summer. So maybe I'll do some pinks or something tomorrow, I don't know. But I've been having a lot of fun with my makeup. I like reorganizing it helped me discover some like old favorites that I hadn't used in a really long time that I really do love, so I've been pulling those out of my collection again. And finally, last but not least, but definitely the person I'm going to have the most to say about is Karamo. Again, this is like culture, hobbies, mental health, the whole shebang. Like I said, my mental health has been way better this month than it was last month. Like I've been feeling really good. The hugest update here is I'm on my, tomorrow I think will be my 2-week mark of like working out every single day for 2 weeks straight, which wasn't even like a thing I was trying to do. So like I was talking to my friend Becca, and we were both talking about how we should need to work out more, and I kind of was like, Becca, like, do you still do your workouts at 5 a.m? And she was like, I haven't really done it in a while, but like why? And I kind of was like, well, because I can't do it in the evening because I'm working usually in the evenings, but if you're gonna wake up at 5 a.m. to work out, I can set my alarm and wake up and like work out with you, and then like if I want to go back to bed, or like start my day earlier, but probably go back to bed because I go to bed late too because I start work late. But I was like, I can wake up for 5 a.m. or even stay awake till 5 a.m. and do workouts with you. And so Becca's been using this app called Center, which I've mentioned before. It's Chris Hemsworth's workout app. And I finally got my Center trial and did the 7-day free trial. And we did the workouts at 5 a.m. And then I also just kind of was like, because like she was only gonna do it 3 days a week, because like the normal thing I think a lot of people do is like they work out 3 days a week, like they exercise every day, but they like work out like 3 days a week. But I was like, since I only have the Center trial for a week, I might as well do it every day, just to like maximize like my experience with the trial. And so I just did it every single day for like a week, and then I was like, oh shit, I can't stop now. So I was like, oh no, if I stop now, I'm never gonna do it again. I'm never gonna work out. So, which is like totally superstitious thinking, but it's like this weird, like I don't believe in superstitions really ever, but I feel like I like let myself believe in superstitions when hockey playoffs were happening, because I was like for some reason I was so afraid, because I know hockey people are very superstitious. And so even though I'm not superstitious and I don't believe in like superstitions like actually having any power, I was like, okay, I need to not jinx this team by being the one person that's like fuck it and like doesn't continue the rituals. So I like was doing all these like weird rituals on game days, and I feel like I somehow, even though like we didn't win the Stanley Cup, I somehow gave myself this weird power where I was like, okay, maybe some rituals and superstitions and weird like compulsions are kind of valid if they make you feel better. So anyways, I've been like leaning into the compulsive part of my personality and being like, okay, well, this is all the things that have like aligned, and if you don't do the workout that you've been doing every single day, you're gonna break a streak and then you're never gonna do it again. So I've been kind of like peer pressuring myself to working out every day because I don't want to skip one. But after my Center trial ended, I tried this app called Fit On, which my other friend Rosa has been using. And my dilemma is here. I actually think I prefer Center because it gives you, I just feel like it's way more simple, and I also just really like the like meditation and the recipes, and like they have all these sleep visualizations that like straight up knocked me out, and I like love anything that helps me fall asleep. But I really liked Center, but my issue with Center is it's $30 a month, or if you get it for a whole year, it's $120 a year, so it's $10 a month if you get the whole year at once, which is like not a lot, but also kind of a lot. Like it's not a lot for working out, but it's also a lot for an app. So do you see my dilemma? So it's kind of like I want to get it because I really enjoyed it, but then I also was like, I'm gonna try Fit On because Rosa said it's really good. And the thing with Fit On is all the workouts are free. If you upgrade it, which is I think $40 for the whole year, you get like recipes and like meditation stuff too, and you can, I think you also get like the ability to like project it onto like your TV or do like workouts with your friends or something. But so I've been using the free version of Fit On, and that's like free, and the workouts are totally fine. So even though I prefer Center, I almost feel like because Fit On like does the trick, I can't really justify getting Center even though I like it more. So I still might pull the trigger on Center, but I've been telling myself, because I've been doing like, I did like 8 days of Center and I'm on day like 5 or something of Fit On. So I've been telling myself, okay, do at least a week of Fit On, and if you still really miss Center, like then you can go back to it, but I'm still giving myself some time. The one thing I do really like about Fit On though is it has like a social aspect that Center doesn't have. It tells you when your friends are working out, which I find really motivating. Like every time I get the little notification that like Rosa's working out, I'm like, oh shit, I should work out too, because it's like I want Rosa to see that I'm working out because I know I can see when she's working out, and I want her to see that I'm working out so she can be proud of me, because that's like a total, I have an issue with like I need external validation to do things, which is why the whole thing that got me, like kickstarted me into working out, was doing this with my friend Rebecca, where I was like, okay, if we both are accountable to having to wake up at 5 a.m. to work out together, then I'll have to wake out because there's another person relying on me. But I like the social aspect of Fit On. Like I like that I have to, it like checks in and tells me what my friends are doing. But like, I just like, again, I almost feel like it's kind of overwhelming with how many options it has, like how many trainers it has. The one thing I like about both apps though is like it's very easy to do like your whole workout in 20 minutes or less, because my thing is always like, I feel like by the time I do like my warm up and my cool down and the actual workout, it's like always been like at least 45, and I will find excuses to not do things in 45 minutes. Like I know I spend like 8,000 hours on Twitter like scrolling, but I will find an excuse to not do something for 45 minutes. But like when it's 20 minutes or less, I'm kind of like, okay, well, you literally have no excuse. Like that's a YouTube video that you will watch on the regular. So like I find it harder to not justify doing them when they're so short, but they still feel effective. Like it also doesn't feel pointless the way like, and there are those apps that do like 7-minute workouts. I find those like I've tried those in the past, and I find those to feel like incredibly pointless. I'm always like, this is stupid. Like what am I even doing? Like, so I feel like that hits like the sweet spot where I can make myself do it, but I never feel like I can say I'm too busy to do it because they're still short enough, but they still feel worth it. The other thing about Center is like Fit On like doesn't really seem to have like clear-cut warm-ups and cool-downs. Like they don't seem to incorporate those a lot. Like some of them do in their videos, but most of the trainers don't really seem to have warm-ups and cool-downs, whereas like Center is very clearly defined. Like you have like in your like 20-minute, you have like a 2-minute warm-up and like a 2-minute cool-down, and then you have like 16 minutes of like straight workout, which I find very nice, because I feel like with Fit On I haven't really been warming up or cooling down as much because I kept assuming it was going to be in the workouts, and then it never is, and then you like get recommendations for cool downs after you're done your workout, and I'm like, well, I don't want to add another 7 minutes to this, because again the whole point was I wanted to like have my whole shebang be like 20 minutes. So I'm still weighing the like which app I want to go forward with, but I've been really enjoying both, and like it's kind of insane to me that I've been doing this like every single day for almost 2 weeks. Good on me. Like I hope I can keep it going. I don't know. We'll see. My friend Elaine today, I was telling her about this, and she was like, your biggest test is going to be when you do skip a day. Like if you're too busy, like if you do skip a day and then you manage to actually get back on it the next day, that will like rewire your brain, which is true. But like we'll have to see if I'm actually able to do it and do the rewiring that is involved. The other thing is, again, I told you guys I haven't been really wanting to push myself to do like hobby things like reading or art or guitar or whatever, unless I like really want to. Again, because I'm very motivated by external validation. I was on the phone with Elaine again, and I was just like, I don't even know what triggered it, but I basically ended up reading this book to her, and I haven't finished it yet, obviously, but I like read the first like couple chapters, and it's basically just a book of essays about music, and I read like a good like 40 pages of it just out loud to her, and that kind of got me like really, like it pulled me into the writing style of the author enough that I want to finish reading the book. So that was kind of like an unexpected, unplanned thing that happened that I really like. I need to find a way to motivate myself that's not other people, but I don't know how to do that. And I'm working on it with my therapist, but we're not there yet. But for now, since it is the only thing that motivates me, I do think I should just try to like get other people to make me do things more often. I've still been like, again, my schedule's made it hard to like have consistent socialization, but I've been having good chunks of it. Like I had a roommate movie night with my roommates tonight, or like, yeah, like earlier tonight, and I know last month I said we were gonna watch My Neighbor Totoro, but we ended up watching Ponyo instead. And so today we watched My Neighbor Totoro, which is like so cute. I think that movie is adorable, and it was really nice to finally have a movie night, because it's been like almost a month since we'd had one, and that was really nice. And then tomorrow, I don't know if this has happened yet, so I can't really talk about it, but tomorrow I'm saying I'm going to see one of my roommates perform at like a restaurant, bar, pub type scenario, which is very exciting, because even though I've lived with her for like 1.5 years because of COVID, I haven't actually been able to see her like perform live. Like I hear her practice a lot, but I've never actually seen her like perform, so I'm like very excited for that. It should be fun. And also the like pub, restaurant, bar, whatever it is, I looked at their menu, they have really interesting like Caribbean inspired dishes, so I'm kind of excited for my dinner tomorrow too. Like it sounds like it'll be really good. I also saw my mom and my brother. Like I went to stay with my mom for a couple days, and that was like rough, because my relationship with my mom is like rocky, to put it lightly, but it also was really nice to see her. Like I hadn't been in that house for like since COVID began pretty much, and so it was kind of nice to go, but it also like made me feel like really nostalgic, and I got like really teary and like really emotional. It was like, it put me in a very weird headspace to be back there, but it was also just really nice to see her and see my brother. As rough as they can get with her, she's still my mom. Like I do miss her a lot, so it was nice to be able to go back to see her and like sleep in my bed and stuff. It's just like, it brings up all these weird memories and like thoughts about like, you know, like in another world, like maybe things can be different type thing, you know? So it's like kind of hard. I also saw my dad when he came over to put up my shelves, and that was really nice. Again, like I don't see my dad as often anymore, especially now that I have Luna, because my dad doesn't really like, because of his like religious beliefs and stuff, he doesn't really like being around Luna too much, because he's like doesn't want her to like, he doesn't want her to like lick him and stuff like that, which is like totally like fine. Like I don't want to like make him more uncomfortable, but it like makes it harder to hang out, because I can't go to his place for too long, because I don't want to leave Luna alone. And when he comes here, I have to like constantly be managing her to like make sure she doesn't go over and like lick him on the face or something. So it's kind of like, we get like short spurts together, but it's like I'd like to see him more, so it's kind of hard. But it is always really nice when I see him, and like we had this really good talk, and he was very much like, you know, like if you're not happy, you need to like figure out what makes you happy, and he just gave me like a little pep talk that made me super teary. And yeah, I'm getting teary just thinking about it. So it was just really nice to see like my family, to be honest. Like it had been such a long time since I got to spend like quality time with them like in person because of COVID, so that was really nice. And I also have been doing this thing partially because of therapy, that I like have been reaching out to people that I haven't reached out to in a while, just to like be like, hey, like how are you doing? And I still feel really awkward doing it, but I've been doing it, and some people have answered and some people haven't. So it's been kind of like, I don't know. I've been trying really hard to be more conscious of like not letting my own beliefs about myself like project onto how I'm interacting with other people. Because again, like I feel like because I don't really like myself, I don't really reach out to people because I don't want to burden them. But then it's like, if someone's always being the one to reach out, you know, like at some point they're gonna be like, okay, this person doesn't want to hang out with me. So I feel like that's more of a like me constantly waiting for other people to reach out to me, because I don't want to be the person that's like reaching out and bothering them, is more of a self-sabotage. Because again, like I don't like, the onus shouldn't always be on other people to reach out to me, right? But I also just feel so bad reaching out to them because I don't want to bug them. But I know, like again, I know that's all on me, so I've been trying to like work through that and be like, sometimes you have to be the one to reach out to people if you want to like form those connections and like get over like the way you feel about yourself. That's and like, what's stopping you from doing that. The other exciting thing is I know I mentioned last month I was thinking about booking a ticket to Winnipeg. I actually booked my ticket, so in September I'm going to be spending a week in Winnipeg with my friend Andy, and we're going to actually be able to do our movie nights in person, which is really fun. And that's really nice. Like I feel like I haven't really booked like a spur of the moment trip in a very long time, so I'm very excited for that. And then I'm also still trying to figure out like a time in probably October to go to Cornwall to see my friend Becca. And yeah, it's just nice to have like days off on the horizon be able to like actually like see friends, and like it's not gonna be a day off where I'm just like sitting at home on Tumblr. Like it's gonna be like a day off with like people who I think are really cool. I know last month I said I wanted to start a couple new shows. I did start Netflix's Ragnarok show. I watched the entire first season and I think the first 2 episodes of the second season, so I only have like 4 episodes left, which sucks because I really like it. Like I think it's really brilliant, to be honest. Like the way it like weaves like this discussion of like climate change and the impacts of climate change with like the Norse mythology that it's bringing to life is really cool. I think the characters are also interesting, like Magne and Loritz. Like I love them both so much, and I think their like relationship with each other is really interesting, and I'm really interested to see how it continues to evolve over the course of this season and hopefully the next season. I only have 4 episodes left, so I'm trying to like savor them, but I feel like I'm gonna run out and then be very sad having to wait for season 3. But yeah, I think it's a really good show, and it's like criminally underrated. I think probably because it's like a Norwegian show, and I think if it was like in English, like if it was like a not dubbed or subtitled show, it would be way more popular, because I feel like it has all the elements of like a show that would blow up on like Netflix or Tumblr or something, you know? I've still been playing video games with Becca. I'm still on Assassin's Creed 2. I'm like only halfway through that game. I looked up how far we were, and I still have so much left. But yeah, it's been going good. I want to like reorganize the way my video games are stored now that I have like that coffee table. I feel like I can store some things under there and like free up the space around the TV, so it's a little bit less chaotic, so that's good. And then yeah, like I mentioned therapy a bit. I have had a couple more therapy sessions, and I've been working through like my own feelings with myself and like socialization and stuff, and then also trying to figure out with Sarah like what I want to like do with my life. Like if I want to stay on this path that I'm on now, or if I want to try something else. Like again, I'm trying to like unpack if I actually want to go to school because I want to like go to school, or if I want to go to school because I miss the validation of grades. The one thing that's really interesting, and I know last month I mentioned that I'm looking at this master's program. So one of my roommates mentioned that my other roommate just graduated from that program, or she got her master's degree in that program, and so I keep forgetting, like I literally keep forgetting because I'm an idiot, but I keep forgetting to ask her about it, because I like probably should just like, if she's like literally just went through the program, like, who's better to ask about it? So I need to like remind myself to actually like ask Iris about this program, because I keep forgetting, but I feel like she would be the perfect person to talk to about it and actually figure out like if what I think about it is like what the program actually is, and like kind of just get like a more of a sense of like what it actually entails, and if that is what I want to do, which is like a funny little coincidence, huh? Like that's the thing, that like the person I'm living with is like just finished the program that I'm looking at. Like that's weird, but kind of fun. It's just like the coincidences are weird. Like the world is so weird sometimes. I think that's it on the Karamo front. This is gonna be like a shorter video, I think. I always say that, but I think this one actually is gonna be a shorter video, just because like I feel like I've just been in a good mood, and I've just been finally getting some of the things, like my goals done that I wanted to get like done. So it's been really cool. I think for next month my goals are to finally empty those boxes by the door and reorganize and tidy some of the stuff I want to reorganize and tidy in my room and by my makeup table. I'm sorry if I'm talking fast. Like I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm like steamrolling through this video, and I think it's literally just I'm so tired that I want to like get it done and go to bed. Okay, try to hydrate more, or find like look up some tips on how to hydrate that will actually work, because I've looked it up before, and all the tips are like stuff I know it's not going to work for me, but like I gotta keep searching. Like surely there is a way to make me drink more water. Figured if I actually want to subscribe to Center and get back on that train, because I really did enjoy the app. It's just I'm also enjoying Fit On, and it's like I could pay $120, or I could like have a slightly less enjoyable experience and pay $0. I don't know. It's like in the grand scheme of things in like adult life, $120 is like nothing, but it's also like $120. So I'm like still like weighing the pros and cons of that. But I think I need to like figure that out. I mean, just either way, like stick to the working out. I do want to make a new meal, perhaps that Center meal with Becca, or a different meal. Like I want to continue to try new recipes, keep trying new outfits, do the colorista spray in my hair, the rose gold. I think just continue like balancing my time with my friends, and like trying to just like keep this like balanced lifestyle that I have going, and spend less time like behind a screen like stuck. And just like I feel like I'm in a good place. I want to try to like I'm not gonna push the boundaries too much. I want to try to like maintain this like good place that I'm in, and actually yeah, like finish planning out my trips for the rest of the year. I think that's it. So I'm gonna wrap this video now. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you want to follow me on other social media platforms, you can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. And if you want to hang out with me on this channel, I post new videos every Wednesday, so please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all next week. Bye!